Hi everyone, Zeni here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to apply false eyelashes for small eyes. I'll show you step-by-step instructions. It is something that is quite difficult, especially if you do have small eyes. So I've been applying false eyelashes now for years and years, and I still have problems continuously doing so, mainly because obviously they're done so that they fit all eye sizes, but as a result, the curvature on them is a lot sort of less severe as what I need. On having smaller eyes, I need much more severe sort of curvature. So even though you cut the eyelashes down to size, still find that they don't curve to the to the shape of your eye, and as a result I spend a lot of time trying to jiggle them and to stick to the eye, and most of the time it is a bit of a hot mess, but I always seem to get there in the end. So I just want to show you, I'll at least give you some tips on how to go about it. And if you do have small eyes and you do have problems applying false lashes, don't give up, just keep trying, because you do eventually get there, I promise you, even though it is a frustrating process. And even now, after doing it so long, it is still the one thing that I dread the absolute most, is even more so than putting on eyeliner, is to put on the false lashes. So let's get started. So for this exercise, you're going to need a pair of tweezers. You're going to need eyelash adhesive. Now there's all sorts of glues out there. There's ones that have, like the black glue, so they dry black, and there's ones that dry grey, there's ones that dry clear. Definitely go for the ones that dry clear, because you're jiggling it around so much, it does often get stuck to your eyelid and whatnot, so you need it to dry clear. You're going to need your eyelash, obviously, or your false eyelashes. So here's the ones I prepared earlier. And then you're also going to need just a felt tip eyeliner, just to fix up anything that you need that you may need to afterwards. You may not need them, but I always have it just in case. Now when you get your new eyelashes out and you're using them for the very first time, first thing you're going to do is pick them up with your tweezers, and you're going to put them up against your eye and just make sure that they fit your eye. And 99.9% of the time for me, the eyelashes are way too big, so I end up having to cut them, obviously. Now always make sure that when you trim eyelashes, you're always trimming them from the end, so this end here, so the long end. Never trim them from the short end, because if you trim them from the short end, you're going to have very long hairs coming out here, and it's just going to look really ridiculous. You look like an octopus. So always make sure you trim from the long end of the eyelashes. Once you've trimmed them, and you just trim them with a pair of nail scissors, and you're happy with the size, then the next step is to glue them on. Always pick them up by the tweezers, like so. Not sure if you can see that. There we go. There's many different ways that you can actually put the glue on. So some people put glue like onto a little dish and then put the eyelashes through like that. The way I do it is pretty much the lazy way, is like this basically. So I get the product to come out of the tube, and then I just run the eyelashes over the product to make sure that there is a nice thin line all the way across the eyelash. Please make sure, especially on each end, that you have product, so because that's obviously the most important place where it needs to stick. But yeah, where possible, try and make it the line as consistent as possible. Once you've got a clean line across the eyelash, or across the fake lashes, need to wait approximately 20-30 seconds. If you put this straight onto your eye, it's going to slip around everywhere, and it's going to be even harder to put on. Whereas if you wait till the glue starts to dry a little bit and just becomes a little bit tacky, it's a lot easier to put on. So we'll just wait a little bit. When you're ready to go, all you do is you need to line it up to the center of your eye, like so. I'm going to try and move close to the camera, and just place it down right on top, as close as you can to the lash line. Now, as soon as I put this down, this is going to pop up, and vice versa. So you're going to need to use both hands, and you're going to need to just pinch it down the bottom. See, this is already jumping up. Push that down. Make sure that the back end is pushed down as well. And the good thing is, because we've left it a little bit and the glue's gotten sticky, it's not sliding around like it often does. It's peeled up again. And just use the top of the tweezers just to push down the rest of the band, just to make sure it's as close to that lash line as possible. And then make sure that you press it on all the way along so that it's sticking properly. Okay, this one has worked out relatively easy. I'm stunned. Now, if you've got expensive eyelashes on, I don't recommend putting mascara over the top because they're just not going to last as long, and it's going to be a lot harder to clean. But if you've got crappy ones on that I have now, which were like $2, then feel free to put mascara onto them, because it doesn't matter if they, you know, they don't last too long. And then oftentimes what I do is I put mascara on and then just stick them together so that the fake lashes stick together with the real lashes. Every now and again you may find that you need to use this just to top something up. So for example, you may need to just draw, just to, like if it's gone slightly above the line or below the line and you need to fix it up, just feel free to use the felt tip pen. But I think in this case everything's okay. I might just put a little bit along here, just to even it out. Using a felt tip pen is a really good thing because it can hide a lot of mistakes. The other thing that is good for is if you come across a globule of white that hasn't dried properly, you can also use this just to draw over the top of it and make sure that there is no white showing. So yeah, so that is how I put the false lashes on. Looks like I've had extreme amount of luck this time round because especially I had an absolute nightmare putting this one on. It just kept sliding everywhere. If that ever happens, just hold on to it with both hands until you've got it into position, and just definitely use your tweezers as a tool, because that's what they're there for. So you can use them to, you know, hold the eyelashes in place, but you can also use the bottom of them to move them down to where they need to be so that it sits nicely onto the lash line. So yeah, that's it. I hope the video was helpful. If you do continue to have any problems or have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. Until my next video, I will see you soon. See you later, bye.